YouTube viewers out there. It is Sebastian of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. And on episode 62, I'm going to be talking about Sebastian's great suspense thriller movies. Um, I'm going to be talking and reviewing all these movies of thriller and suspense films I have seen, and the ones that I like. Um, so let's get started, shall we? First, we have a movie called "The Hand That Rocks the Cradle." It's about a married couple who hires a mysterious new woman they hire her as a nanny to babysit their newborn baby that was born. But then what the two couples don't realize that the woman that they hired as the nanny is actually the nanny woman is actually a woman who wants revenge on the family for what the family has caused her. So, yeah, this movie, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, this is a great film, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. It stars Rebecca De Mornay, Annabelle Shore, Matt McCoy, Julia Moore, and Ernie Hudson. I give The Hand That Rocks the Cradle 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called LA Confidential. It's about three cops of Los Angeles as they both get pulled in and drawn into a conspiracy, murder mystery, and other corruption that's going on throughout the entire Los Angeles in the 1940s or the 50s. Um, this is a great movie, LA Confidential. This is a really great film noir mystery of a movie. It's really a great movie, LA Confidential. It stars Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito, David Stratton, and James Cromwell. I give LA Confidential 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Guilty as Sin. It's about a young lawyer woman who takes on a client who she believes that he was responsible for murdering his own wife, as she must defend him. Guilty as Sin. This is another good suspense movie directed by Sidney Lumet, and it stars Rebecca De Mornay, Don Johnson, and Jack Warden and Stephen Lane. I give Guilty as Sin 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Phantoms. It's about a small town in Colorado as two sisters come into the small town and realizes that there is nobody alive or walking around in this small town after some mysterious force event has happened. This is based on a book. This is based on a book by an author named Dean or Dan Koontz. Phantoms. It stars Peter O'Toole, Rose McGowan, Ben Affleck, Leah Schreiber. Um, I give Phantoms 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Saint. It's about a man named Simon Temple who is a thief, but his action as he and a beautiful young woman find themselves in danger, The Saint. This is a great action kind of suspense movie. The Saint. It stars Val Kilmer and Elizabeth Shue. I give The Saint 3 out of 3 stars. We have The Rich Man's Wife. That's about a woman whose husband has been murdered, as the person who murdered the woman's husband comes after her and begins stalking the married woman's life. The Rich Man's Wife. This is a great Halle Berry movie. The Rich Man's Wife stars Halle Berry, Peter Green, Clive Owen, and Christopher McDonald. I get The Rich Man's Wife 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Craft. It's about 4 outcast young high school teenage girls who are into witchcraft. As one of them becomes unhinged and Star doesn't know how to control her own witchcraft powers, as she becomes dangerous. The Craft. This is a really good movie, and this was a movie ahead of its time. And this movie, it's really such a cult classic. It really is. The Craft. It stars Fariza Balk, Robin Tooney, Nev Campbell, Rachel True, and Skeet Ulrich. I give The Craft 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Nightcrawler. It's about an ambitious man who happens to be a small time thief who gets into work as a crime journalist. This is a great movie. Jake Gyllenhaal delivers a great performance, and he was really great, and at times was very menacing. Nightcrawler, it stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Rene Russo, and Bill Paxton. I give Nightcrawler 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Traveler. It's about a mysterious stranger who comes into a police station to confess a murder, but then as he starts haunting and stalking the lives of several small-time police officers inside the police station. The Traveler. This is a great movie. It stars Val Kilmer, and Val Kilmer's role in this movie was very scary and completely menacing and completely evil, but he was great, Val Kilmer. Um, the Traveler stars Val Kilmer. I give The Traveler 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Green Room. It's about a small group of punk rock band who play who play at a neo-Nazi bar club until they saw something mistakenly, and as they're trapped in the back room inside this neo-Nazi bar club, and the rock band friends must do what they can for fight for survival. Green Room. This is a completely different good of a film. It stars Anton Yelchin and Patrick Stewart. I give Green Room 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Wait Until Dark. It's about a woman who's completely blind and realizes that three men has broken into her house looking for a small package of heroin that's somewhere inside her house. This is a suspenseful classic movie. It stars Audrey Hepburn, Alan Arkin, Richard Crenna. I give Wait Until Dark 3 out of 3 stars. We have In the Line of Fire is by Secret Service who plans to redeem himself after what happened years earlier as he must goes up against a lone man, a lonely assassin. And the Line of Fire is directed by Wolfgang Peterson. It stars Clint Eastwood, John Malkovich, Rene Russo, and Dylan McDermott. I give In the Line of Fire 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Charade. It's about a woman who uncovers something that her deceased late husband was into some secret stuff that his business partners uh might be responsible for the woman's husband's murder. Charade. This is a great, clever twist and turn movie. Classic. It stars Cary Grant, Audrey Hepburn, George Kennedy, James Coburn, and Walter Matthau. Charade. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called 2 Minute Warning. It's about a deranged sniper who hides inside an LA Coliseum during a Super Bowl championship ship match. As he starts, if he kills every single member, every 2 minute warning, and only an LA police detective and a SWAT team leader must do what they can to stop this deranged sniper. 2 minute warning. It stars Charlton Heston, John Cassavetes, Bo Bridges, Gina Rollins, Martin Balsam, Jack Klugman. I give 2 minute warning 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Fatal Attraction. It's about a married man who has one night stand affair with another woman until the woman that he had an affair with starts stalking him and coming after him and his family. Fatal Attraction. This is a cult classic, ultimate '80s movie that scared a lot of guys who always have love affairs behind their wives' backs with another woman. This movie kind of scares all that. Fatal Attraction. It stars Michael Douglas, Glenn Close, and Ann Archer. I give Fatal Attraction 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Unfriended. It's about a group of high school teenagers who are seniors who start to chat on their computer screens until a mysterious unknown force hacks into account of a dead teenage girl that starts stalking a group of friends online. Unfriended. This is a different kind of movie that's never been made or done before, but I was really impressed with this movie, Unfriended. It stars Shelley Henning. I give Unfriended 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Twister. It's about two former couples who advance as storm chasers as they must band together as they must find a way to stop deadly tornadoes. This is the original first Twister. It stars Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, Jimmy Gertz, Alan Ruck, Carrie Elwes, and Philip Seymour Hoffman, directed by Jean de Bont. I give Twister 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Anaconda. It's about a film crew and a mysterious shark and a mysterious snake hunter as they must encounter a lot of anaconda snakes in the Amazon rivers. Anaconda, um, just a poster for the movie of Anaconda. It's very scary poster with just the eyes just staring at people. Makes it more terrifying and scary. Anaconda, it stars Jennifer Lopez, Eric Stoltz, Ice Cube, Owen Wilson, Johnson Hyde, and John Voight. I give Anaconda 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Jackal. It's about an unknown assassin who goes by the name of The Jackal, who gets hired who gets hired for assassination attempt as the FBI and a former IRA terrorist that the FBI got out of prison to help him catch this unknown assassin called the Jackal. The Jackal. This is a great thriller action movie. The Jackal. It stars Bruce Willis and Richard Gere. I give the Jackal 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Into the Grizzly Maze. It's about two brothers who unite in the Alaskan wild as they set out to stop a deranged um, wildlife um, attack bear that's attacking and terrorizing people. Into the Grizzly Maze. It stars James Marsden, Thomas Jane, Piper Perborough, Scott Glenn, and Billy Bob Thornton. Into the Grizzly Maze. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Blood Money. It's about three best friends who find themselves being hunted by a criminal who's after them after the three friends stole bags filled with money that the criminal robbed a bank. Blood Money. It it stars Rilla Fitzgerald and John Cusack. I give Blood Money 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Intruder. It's about two couples who move into a house in the countryside that his owner that they bought from his owner as the couple realize that the owner of the house that they bought it from does not want to leave the property of his own house that the couples own now. The Intruder. There's some great there's some great there's some great intense suspense moments. It stars Michael Ealy, Megan Good, and Dennis Quaid. I give The Intruder 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Faculty. It's about high school teenagers who uncover that their high school teachers and everyone are being possessed by some alien lifelike creatures. The Faculty is directed by Robert Rodriguez and it stars Josh Hartnett, Elijah Wood, Jordana Brewster, Usher Raymond, Robert Patrick, Selma Hayek, Piper Laurie, Fakmi Jansen, and Jon Stewart. I give The Faculty 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The X Files Fight the Future. It's about two FBI agents, Fox Mulder and Dana Scully, as they uncover more conspiracy that is being owned by secret, shady government agencies. The X Files Fight the Future. This is the first X Files movie. It stars David Company, Gillian Anderson. I give the first X Files movie 3 out of 3 stars. We have a sequel, The X Files. I Want to Believe. It's about FBI agents Fox, Mulder, and Scully who have been called in back in after a priest who believes that who has visions of a kidnapped agent. The X Files. I Want to Believe. This is a sequel to the X Files movie. It stars David Company, Gillian Anderson, Amanda Peet, and Exhibit. I give X Files I Want to Believe 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called What Lies Beneath. It's about two married couple who find out, especially the married woman, especially the woman who finds out that she's being haunted by a supernatural deceased ghost inside her house. What Lies Beneath? This is a great, clever thriller suspenseful movie directed by Robert Zemeckis. What Lies Beneath stars Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford. I give What Lies Beneath 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Night Train. It's about a train conductor and two passengers who find a mysterious box, a mysterious um box that contains something secretive. Night Train. It stars Danny Glover, Steve Zahn, Lily Soboletsky. I give Night Train 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Curse. It's about a brother and his sister who gets in a car accident as the sister gets bit by a werewolf as she and her brother must find a way to stop the curse and find out who the werewolf is. Cursed. This is a Wes Craven movie, and let me just say this movie didn't do so good when it first came out after its first release for some reason. It's a Wes Craven movie, Cursed. It stars Christina Ricci, J.C. Eisenberg, Portia de Rossi, Shannon Elizabeth, and Joshua Jackson, and Judy Greer. I give Cursed 3 out of 3 stars. We have the others. It's about a mother and her two children find out that their New England home is being haunted by supernatural ghosts. This is a great movie. The others, it's really good of a movie. It stars Nicole Kidman. I give the others 3 out of 3 stars. We have Last Night Soho. It's about a young woman who's a fashion designer who gets pulled into a world of bizarre nightmares every time she goes to sleep as she meets a younger woman in the past. This is a great movie. Last Night in Soho is directed by Edgar Wright. It stars Thomasin McKenzie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Matt Smith, character British actor Terence Stamp, and the late Dinah Rigg. I like the visuals and Last Night Soho. The visual images are just so great with the neon lights and the buildings. It's just great. Last Night Soho gave it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Proof of Life. Yeah, Proof of Life is about a married woman who hires a hostage negotiator to go to rescue her husband, who's a businessman who's been taken hostage in South America. Proof of Life. This is a good movie as well. It stars Meg Ryan, Russell Crowe, and David Morse. I give Proof of Life 3 out of 3 stars. We have a Lifetime Channel movie called Big Driver. It's about a famous, mysterious writer woman who becomes an vigilante after she found herself being sexually assaulted by a local guy who drives a truck as she gets revenge on. This is based on a short story by Stephen King. It's a Lifetime Channel movie. It stars Maria Bello and Joan Jett. Joan Jett appears in this Lifetime Channel movie. I thought it was great to see her. Big Driver, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Turbulence. It's about a flight attendant woman who is alone by herself on board of an airplane where she's being terrorized by a serial killer. Turbulence. This is an out of control Ray Liotta performance. I gotta say, Turbulence stars Lauren Holly, Ray Liotta, and Hector Elizondo. I get Turbulence 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Killing Jar. It's about a mysterious stranger who comes to a local diner where he locks the diner and keeps the customers inside the local diner hostage as he plays mind games with them. This is a comeback. This is a comeback performance by Michael Madsen since his great performance in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs movie. This is like a great comeback performance by Michael Madsen. The Killing Jar. It stars Michael Madsen, Amber Benson, Harold Pernew, and Jake Busey. I give The Killing Jar 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Chain Reaction. It's about 2 researchers who go on the run from secret government agencies after recreating something as they get framed for murder and treason. Chain Reaction is directed by Andrew Davis, who directed the Fugitive. Chain Reaction stars Keanu Reeves, Morgan Freeman, Richard Weisz, Brian Cox. I give Chain Reaction 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Roommate. It's about a college young woman who gets a roommate woman as they start to bond. As they start to bond, the young freshman woman begins to suspect that her new roommate friend might be a dangerous person. This is like a modern day version of another movie of single white female that started Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Lee. But this movie, The Roommate, it stars Minka Kelly and Lee T. Master. Lee T. Master, she plays the character of Blair Waldorf on that CW hit show in the past called Gospel Girl. Lee T. Master plays like uh, the villain female in this roommate movie, and she was quite good in The Roommate. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Talented Mr. Ripley. It's about a wealthy man. It's about a smart, bright young man named Tom Ripley who gets hired by a wealthy shipbuilder man to go to Italy to bring his son back home along with his girlfriend. And as Tom Ripley meets the wealthy man's son and his girlfriend, they start befriended with Tom Ripley. But what do they know about the Tom Ripley character guy? Who he is? He's He's a forger. He's a secret murderer, and who has fake identities and has fake names. This is a good film. The Talented Mr. Ripley. It stars Matt Damon, Kate Blanchett, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jude Law, James Rebhorn, and the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. I give The Talented Mr. Ripley 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Event Horizon. It's about an exploring team. It's about an exploring space team who come across on board a lost ship called the Event Horizon, where his men disappeared, where it contained something that brought back something mysterious, evil, forceless entity aboard the Event Horizon. As it starts infecting the ship crew team members. Event Horizon. Um, it stars Lauren Fishburne, Sam Neill. I give Event Horizon 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Playing God. It's about an ex-surgeon man, and along with a woman who must stop unhinged, crazy mobsters. Playing God. This is one of those completely underrated or under the radar movies. It stars David Duchovny, Timothy Hutton, and Angelina Jolie. I give Playing God 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Ready or Not. It's about a bride woman who plays a game of hide and seek, where her future family-in-laws start to hunt her down for a sporting hunt game. Um, Ready or Not. This is a completely different kind of movie, but I thought it was really fun. Ready or Not. It stars Samar Raving, Henry Cerny, and Andy McDowell. I give Ready or Not 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Switchback. It's about an FBI agent who must track down a serial killer who has kidnapped the FBI agent's son. This is a great suspense mystery movie. It stars Dennis Quaid, Danny Glover, Jared Leto, Ted Levine, and Arlie Ermy. I give Switchback 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Misery. It's about a famous author who crashes his car after a snowstorm as he gets rescued by a mysterious woman who is a big fan of his until he realized that his number one fan who had rescued him finds out that she's actually an unhinged, mental crazy nurse woman who have problems of her own. Misery is based on a book by Stephen King, written by Rob Reiner. Misery stars James Caan, Kathy Bates. I give Misery 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Daylight. It's about after a big disaster had collapsed a New York tunnel and traps a bunch of people inside of it as they must find a way to survive and get to safety. Daylight. It stars Sylvester Stallone, Amy Brenneman, Viggo Mortensen, Dan Hedaya, J.L. Sanders, and Danelle Harris. I give Daylight 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The Menu. It's about several people who has come to a luxury nice restaurant owned by its chef. As the chef introduces all the guest surprises of his luxury restaurant and the food. The menu. This is a really great movie. I saw this movie twice, or maybe like 3 times because it was so good. The menu stars Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor Joy, and Nicholas Holt. I give the menu 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Collateral. It's about a taxi cab driver who picks up a passenger who happens to be a contract hitman killer. This movie Collateral is directed by Michael Mann, a great director, I should say. It stars Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was great as the contract killer hitman in this movie. Tom Cruise was great. The film co-stars Jimmy Fox, Jada Pinkett Smith, Bruce Miguel, Mark Ruffalo, Peter Berg, and Javier Bardem. I I give the movie Collateral 3 out of 3 stars. Oh, and also I want to take a few minutes and talk about another thing too. Before I wrap this episode up. Last weekend we lost a good actor. We lost a good character actor last weekend named Michael Madsen. If you don't know who Michael Madsen is, you probably remember his character, Mr. Blonde, in Quentin Tarantino's first film debut, Reservoir Dogs. That's Michael Madsen who played that character in Reservoir Dogs. But he went on to do a few good other movies I really like and enjoy. And I thought I would just talk about those other movies, those. I thought I'd talk about those other films I like by Michael Madsen of his. Um, well, first, I'm going to say Reservoir Dogs. I know I said it, but I'm going to say it again. Michael Madsen's great performance was Reservoir Dogs as Mr. Blonde. You gotta, you gotta start with Reservoir Dogs. That's what made Michael Madsen kind of a star name was that film. And in 1995, Michael Madsen went on to do a science fiction action movie that stars Natasha Hessridge, Forrest Whitaker, Alfred Molina, and Sir Big Kinsley. It's a film called Species. If you've never seen Species movie, I recommend you watch it. It's really good. Um, he was also in the second Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home, the second chapter to the Free Willy movie. He was a supporting actor in that Free Willy 2 movie as well. Um we have a one called Supreme. We have one he did in 1999 called Supreme Sanction. That stars that stars Christy Swanson and Michael Madsen and Ron Perlman. It's a film called Supreme Sanction. It's a film you probably never heard about or you never seen it before. And so Michael Madsen was great in that film. And then he just did this movie that I just talked about on this episode called The Killing Jar, where he traps all the customers at this local diner and plays mind games with them. And like I said, also too, the Killing Jar was like Michael Madsen's comeback performance role since Quentin Tarantino's movie Reservoir Dogs. Um, and, uh, and least but not least, Michael Madsen went on to do this B movie or B horror slasher movie. It's called Lumberjack. It's called Lumberjack Man. Because it's about a serial killer who is a lumberjack man. Um, and it's a B. It's a B horror. It's a B slasher kind of a horror movie, but kind of campy. I should save and heard about it. Lumberjack Man. My dad was going to see Michael Madsen in that film as well. So those are the films that I like in Michael Madsen. Oh, and there's one more movie I completely forgot that Michael Madsen did. It's a film called The Getaway. It's based on the original. It's based on the original version film of the same movie title called The Getaway. That was directed by Sam Peckinpah and starred Steve McQueen, the Hollywood actor, and Ali McGraw. Well, there's a remake version of that original film called The Getaway that stars Alec Baldwin, Kim Basinger, Jennifer Tilly, and James Woods, and Phyllis Seymour Hoffman. Michael Madsen appears in the remake Getaway movie, which I thought he was great in. So, so those are the films on Michael Madsen that I like of his. And Michael Madsen passed away, like I said, at the age of 67. And so, yeah, it's kind of a sad loss that we lost Michael Madsen. It's kind of sad that we lost someone like him. So, yeah, but okay, everybody, that would do it for episode 62 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And you get the contents episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you at the movies.